Well, hello YouTubers, and welcome back to the Holtz Mitchell channel and the follow-up review for these grip pliers. Vice grips are the trademark of another company, so we can't really call them vice grips, but you guys kind of get the idea. These were from Rennsteig. These were donated to the channel by Rennsteig. Today's content is not sponsored by Rennsteig in any way, shape, form, or fashion. This is just merely a courtesy review after a year and a half of use of these things in the shop. And, you know, to put it right out there, first off, these things are impressive. I've had original vice grips, of course, the original vice grips from when they were still made in the USA. I don't know if they still are or not, so if you guys have any additional information on the original vice grips, by all means put them in the comment section below. It'd be good to, you know, to kind of trade notes, or, you know, trade, you know, yeah, not notes, but, you know, yeah, notes, back and forth on what's going on with vice grips. Today's video is, of course, from these guys here from Rennsteig. They've been in the shop now for a year and a half. I got to say, right off the get-go, I'm impressed. The qualities these things is really, really good. Now, these don't see daily use, but they are frequent use. So, you know, 3 to 4 times a week. Sometimes, you know, 4 or 5 times a day, but, you know, not every day, so it kind of spreads it out. So you can say for the last year and a half, at least once a day, these things have been used. The mechanics of it, same thing as in a, you know, pair of vice grips. You got the little release handle on it. You know, you can close it up. You can turn the gizmo here to close the jaws and open them up. So I'm going to give you some close-up shots here of the wear that's occurred on these, which really isn't much, considering the amount of use they've gotten, and the amount of abuse that they've gotten. You know, they fall down on the floor, or you know, get used in ways that they really weren't intended to be used. So I got to say, these things are pretty impressive for the money that they cost. I'd say this is a well worthwhile investment for any shop if you're going to be buying, you know, these kind of grip pliers. It's money well spent. So let me bring the camera around here and show you guys some of the detail of the wear and tear on these things that they've experienced since I've had them. So here we have the grip pliers from Rennsteig. We're gonna take a real close look at the jaws, because these are the you know, the part of the tool that, let me try to get this in frame here. This is kind of a little unusual in the handling for the camera, so I do apologize if I go out of frame here. But anyway, looking at the wear on the jaws, you can see there is some wear, and considering that these things see use almost on a daily basis, I'd say that, you know, that's not really all that too terribly bad. Let me see, there we go. Yeah, and same thing here on the other one. As you can see, there is a little bit of wear, but nothing appreciable to where you could say these things are no longer serviceable. They have seen quite a bit of service, extreme service. Here's a shot of some of the uses they were exploited to. So as you can see, they've definitely been used and applied in ways that they really weren't intended to. Now, as a comparison, here is a pair out of the shop from, oops. Okay, these are made in China. And when you look at the jaws, these haven't been used all that very much. About 5 or 6 times is all these have been used. And as you can see, the damage to the jaws is, is pretty extensive when you look at how bad these are. Oops. They don't grip well, they don't hold. So these guys end up being a no-brainer. So, and this one has a set of wire cutters on it. I've cut welding wire with it right here. Oops. Get back in frame, dummy. When you close the jaws up all the way on the screw here, you can cut wire with these. I don't recommend cutting wire rope with it, because wire rope is extremely tough, and there's special cutters for that. But if you had like up to an 1/8 inch or something like that wire rope, I suppose you could probably cut it without it doing any damage. Now, like I said, I've cut welding wire with this. The rods for acetylene and TIG welding, and as you can see, did real nice. And again, no appreciable damage to the jaws. The mechanism's still tight. They don't rattle. They don't have any slop in them. The snap action is positive. They don't jump around. So overall, good kit. Well, YouTubers, that's a wrap for this little short video, the 1.5 year review of the Rennsteig grip pliers. I would like to extend my sincerest gratitude for Rennsteig for donating these to the channel. Today's video is not sponsored by Rennsteig in any way, shape, form, or fashion. I'm doing this simply as a courtesy to the company for having supplied a very valuable tool to the shop. Now, invaluable as far as the the serviceability of the tool to in a daily work environment. Some tools, they cost their money. I'm sure these are not exactly cheap, but like I say, Rennsteig donated them to the channel in order for a review. I'll put the little link up here to that review. So that way, if anybody has any questions, some of the original footage, of course, in that video is in today's video, just for reference purposes. But yes, my sincerest gratitude to Rennsteig for donating these to the channel. All I can say is I highly recommend this tool if you are in the market for a set of grip pliers, i.e. vice grips. Some tool names have kind of found themselves into the vernacular of folks in the profession, and so it's common to refer to these as vice grips, even though that is a trade name from another company. So I do apologize to Vice Grips or Irwin, I think, is the company that now owns that name brand. If I'm not mistaken, by all means, if I'm in any way incorrect, correct me in the comment section below. Any comments are duly appreciated. But overall, the finish on these things is still good. The original boxes that they came in, finally gave up the ghost. I mean, after about a little over a year of their life in the drawer, they finally got. They got crushed in the drawer. So it was operator error, not fault of the manufacturer. But overall, good tool, well worth the money. For those of you who are in the market for something like this, I would definitely recommend this to you, and so you'll definitely be I think, pleasantly surprised and satisfied with the quality of the tool. So with that, if you have any thoughts, comments, critiques, or suggestions, by all means, put it in the comments section below. Any traffic to the channel in that regard is always duly appreciated. It helps us grow. It helps us get the word out. And, you know, YouTube's algorithms are a little quirky. So, you know, stuff like that does help out immensely. So with that, thanks for stopping by, and thanks for watching, and hope to see you all again soon in the next video.